Hello everyone, and good morning. I'm doing a little bit of an early video this morning because I am wishing this guy a happy birthday. This is the RGT EX86110, and believe it or not, this is the most trusty rig in my RC stable. I love this truck. It may look a bit different to most of you keen-eye viewers, and that is because the stock body has been trashed. I took a few parts off of it that I wanted to keep, but to say the least, this body has taken a beating. I was not kind to this body, and I'm honestly amazed it held up as long as it did. I think it lasted about 6 months, but it's fallen off of 20-foot cliffs about 6 times. It's skidded across concrete. It's taken an absolute beating. I've also tried to take the paint off of the windows to give it a more scaled look. I didn't succeed very well, so I gave up. But yeah, the body didn't hold up too well to me. Your mileage may vary, but I like the body style of that truck. I would actually like to try and chase down another one eventually, but I really like the body that I put on here now, which is for the Red Cat Kaiju. And I don't know how well the camera will pick it up from all the way over there, but this paint job was a happy little accident, I guess you could say. I wanted to paint it red, but a dark red, and I underestimated how much red paint that I had left over, and I only got one coat on it before I put the black undercoating. And what it resulted in is a slightly weathered red, and I like it. Like I said, it's a happy little accident. It turned out awesome, in my opinion. Now, moving underneath, what has survived over this year? Surprisingly, a lot. I replaced the ESC for a Hobby Wing 1080. I usually run 1060s because I'm cheap and they get the job done for me. So I wanted to see what all the hype was about. In my personal opinion, if you do not need to tune your ESC, a 1060 is perfect. I can see why a bunch of people use a 1080. It's just not for me. I don't need the tuning most of the time. The servo has been upgraded, and as far as I'm concerned, every stock RC has a crappy servo. So that was a much needed upgrade. I forget exactly. It is a JX servo CLS HV 7346MG. If I can track that down, I'll leave a link in the description for it. But it is a coreless servo and it kicks butt. The stock motor is still in here, amazingly. I don't understand why I can't kill it, but it does a good job. It gives it plenty of power, especially on 3S, and gets the job done. Can't complain about the stock motor, really. I would like to put something else in it, but being the way that I am, I can't replace it until it's dead. As far as the drivetrain, the only thing I've replaced is the drive shafts. And that's because I stole the drive shafts for other projects. These are Hot Racing 107 to 142 millimeter metal drive shafts. I've used these on other projects, and for my purposes, they are bulletproof. Really, really good drive shafts for me. With the diffs and center transmission and front transmission, I have had zero issues. No gear skip, no binding, no grittiness, nothing. I've taken the front and rear diffs open to grease them every once in a while. And I think it was about 2 months ago I finally took the center transmission open to find that it had zero grease this entire time. Moving on, I've put Capra shocks on this truck. And I like them. They are a bit short for what this truck needs. I think it came stock with 100 millimeter shocks to give it all that sick flex that it has. And it makes my front link collide with the transmission in front. I'm still working on a workaround to that, but it doesn't affect me too much when I'm out on the trail. The only reason I upgraded the shocks is because they were leaking. And the Capra shocks were what I had on hand at the moment, and they've just stayed here. As far as the wheels and tires, I would almost say I did a downgrade in this case, because the stock tires are ridiculous. I've had the stock tires do what only Hyraxes have been able to do on other trucks. They are ridiculously good. The only reason I have gone to these RC four-wheel drive Baja Claws and no-name Raceline wheels is because when I went to the Kaiju body, I wanted to give this truck a little bit of style. The stock tires are amazing, but the white plastic wheels just only fit a certain style. Oh, and as you can see as well, I moved the battery tray from the rear to the center to give it a more central and low center of gravity with the battery. I usually run big trail packs, 5,000, 6,000 milliamp hour 2S lipos, and if you keep them kind of small, it works better for the weight distribution in this truck, but I just like going out with one battery for about 2 or 3 hours. That's how I run my trucks. Oh, I did have one breakage, and I showed that in a previous video of mine, and that was a link mount on the front axle. Other than that, after that, it never broke. Knock on wood. If you do need to find parts, I will leave links in the description of where I find my parts. Other than that, yes, that's an overview of this truck. It's been a durable and great little truck for me, and it'll probably keep kicking around for another year. I will leave you with a small montage of the adventures that I've had with this truck. Thank you for watching.